Many people in northern Minnesota are cleaning up after last night's storms.
Yeah, take a look at the Good Old Days Resort in Nisswa, where many trees are down. Our CCO TV photographer Chris Cruz just happened to be in the area on vacation. He took this video with his cell phone. Thousands of people lost power up north. One of our viewers sent us this picture of large hail and wrote, quote, "We were pounded by these last night in Osakis," and those look big, but look what Sophie sent us. Even bigger hail in Osakis. She described it as golf ball. I'd say it's almost a tennis ball size hail. That is a big chunk of hail for sure. Take a look at how strong the wind was last night just north of the Twin Cities. In Rush City, you can really see the wind whipping the dust all over the place there. Quite a mess. Before the storm hit Minnesota, it caused a real mess. Flash flooding in Grand Forks, North Dakota. Andrew Johnson submitted this video to the Grand Forks Herald. And then there's this video of a pickup truck pulling someone in a Rubbermaid tub, obviously trying to have a little fun with the flash flooding. Not your smartest idea, though.
No, and it was much nicer here in the Twin Cities to just get the cooler air coming in than that, Mike.
Yeah, the change happened around 6 or so this morning. We feels like temperatures from around 90 early this morning dropped to 75 in the span of about 90 minutes. Actual temperatures have cooled as well. We're down about 6 degrees right now compared to yesterday at this point. More like 15 degrees to 20 degrees cooler up north. That's where it feels like it's in the 60s and low 70s. Here in the Twin Cities, feeling like 81. Still a little muggy out there. Still a few clouds around the metro. Thicker clouds up toward Grantsburg and Lucken, Wisconsin, and also kind of traveling 35 between the Twin Cities and Duluth. The trend for the rest of the day today is going to be for more and more sun to develop. And we will stay in the 80s today. No 90s left. 83 at 3 o'clock. 82 at 5 p.m. with that nice breeze, which will be gusting 25 to 30 miles an hour, kind of ventilating things. And even though it will still be muggy at 8 o'clock tonight, should be a nice night at the ballpark for the Twins game, and a much better night of sleeping ahead. In fact, we've got a few of those strung together before we head back into the muggies. We'll talk about that coming up.
All right. Thanks, Mike. 40-year-old man is in jail this noon accused of shooting a 17-year-old girl in Beltrami County. Chad Pickering is accused of shooting the girl several times as she stood on her deck in Eccles Township last night. She was able to call 911. She's being treated at a hospital now in Duluth. Authorities arrested Pickering minutes after the shooting at his home down the road from the girl.
In developing news, the Federal Aviation Administration is telling U.S. airlines they are prohibited from flying to the Tel Aviv airport in Israel after a Hamas rocket exploded nearby. Delta Airlines and U.S. Airways had already taken that action. They've canceled all flights to Israel until further notice. The FAA ban is for 24 hours. This rocket landed about a mile from the Ben Gurion International Airport. Airlines passengers growing more anxious about safety since last week when a Malaysian Airlines jet was shot down over Ukraine.
Yeah, so scary. The families of those victims are demanding answers as to who shot down that jet now. The bodies of those killed on Flight 17 arrived by train in parts of Ukraine. They're expected back in the Netherlands tomorrow. Separatist rebels have turned over the plane's black boxes to Malaysian investigators. At the crash site, international observers say there are signs of significant tampering. Parts of the fuselage have been cut into pieces and other debris has been removed. Russian President Vladimir Putin, though, says he will use his influence to ensure a full and proper investigation.
This is the last day you can shop at 9 Rainbow stores in the metro. These are the stores closing today, all in the suburbs: Coon Rapids, Maple Grove, Bloomington, Savage, Blaine, Shoreview, Cottage Grove, Inver Grove Heights, and Apple Valley. Some of those stores may have already closed today. These Rainbow stores are all owned by Roundy's, which is based in Milwaukee. And Roundy's tried to sell them but couldn't find a buyer. These grocery stores are not part of the 18-store deal Rainbow made in May with a group of buyers. Under that store, 10 Rainbow stores were sold and turned into Cub food stores. 2 of them became Byerly's. 6, to keep things extra confusing, are still called Rainbow, but Roundy's is no longer their owner.
We've sorted it all out online for you, too.
Yes.
Vikings tickets went on sale this morning. Can you believe we're talking about football? This is what the line looked like when the tickets first went on sale at 9 o'clock. The Vikings ticket office on 7th Street. You can see not too many people, about a dozen showed up there. The tickets went on sale online and by phone an hour later. The games will be at TCF Bank Stadium while the Vikings' new stadium is being built.
I'm really looking forward to it, to be perfectly honest. I was never a huge fan of the Dome. I think it'd be fun to see them outdoors. I kind of wish the new stadium would have a retractable or would be outdoors, because I think that's kind of part of the fun. So these couple years at TCF, I think it'll be fun just because it's a neat stadium and more importantly, it'll be outdoors.
It'll definitely be more intimate. Prices range from $35 to $161. I just did a check, though. It looks like with taxes and fees, the cheapest you could get right now is about $68. One of the best athletes and fundraisers for the University of Minnesota, Bob McNamara, has passed away. McNamara was 82 years old. The Hastings native was a first-team All-American halfback for the Gophers in 1954. He then briefly played for the Denver Broncos in the old AFL. McNamara was a season ticket holder for Gopher football for nearly 60 years, and he helped get that new TCF Bank Stadium built.